All right. Thanks for watching. This is going to be a series where I'm just going to go through and record playing Kenshi. This is just kind of an intro video, just to let you know what you're going to get to expect from this. Don't expect like super concise videos. Maybe they'll go back through and edit for specific areas that need more concise attention to specific things. But basically, I'm just going to do a playthrough and let you follow along on my adventure in Kenshi. What I'll do is start at the beginning, kind of go over. I'll start from the very beginning and try to get you familiar with the UI and give you some tips on what to do early on, because early game is where it can be really challenging and really difficult to figure out what you're doing, and you can die very quickly and get frustrated with the game. But I really enjoy this game, and I'm hoping that this will bring you to a point where you can enjoy it as well. I'm no expert at it, but I've played it a lot and goofed around in there and done a lot of fun things, and found that it's pretty enjoyable. It's a very challenging game if you don't know what to do, and it is a bit confusing. So, just from things that I've learned through trial and error, I'm going to try to pass on that. Experience and knowledge, at least how I've figured out how to do it. It might not be the most perfect, but I'll try to do things like give you some pointers and tips on how you can handle certain situations that you'll run into, how you might approach combat, um, so you can try not to die as fast as you might normally. We'll also, go through some strategy in combat. The game is not all combat, but we'll go through and there's certain scenarios and situations I'll get my characters into, and I'll try to record it and voice explain, or I guess explain what my thought process is, or point out certain specific little areas that I know can be confusing, so maybe you can gain some from my experience, or my failures in the past. Maybe you can get better or be more successful in the game, because it can be hard to win in certain scenarios, and it's especially early game. It can be very hard, and you can die easily. We'll also talk about like some base building ideas, at least strategies, or at least point out some like very early on things you can do to try to get started with a home base. And at least how I approach it, a lot of times there's no set way that that I can say that this is how you should do it. There's just things that I've found that work out well in the long run and from playing, and so that's kind of just my style. You can always choose to do it totally different. There's no good or bad way. It's just whatever you're doing, and as long as you're having fun, go for it. So I'll kind of walk through that. I'll try to get a lot of stuff I'll show in the interface and try to point things out, because I feel like it's once you know how to navigate it and know where things are and what everything is that you can do, it makes it a little, it's pretty clear and straightforward, but it's not always at the beginning. So I'm going to go through as I do things and say, hey, this is there. There's some things that I've even noticed, didn't notice or didn't know that were there for a long time, that I realized later, and I'm like, hey, oh gosh, I wish I would have known that a long time ago. So we'll go through and talk through some of those things. But the whole idea here is just to kind of, hopefully, it's just fun for me. Hopefully, it's fun for you. If you enjoy watching this series or whatnot, feel free to let me know. If you hate it, you can let me know too. But I'm hoping to, go through like why am I attempting to do things I'm doing. Sometimes in games it's just very, there's a direct path. Kenshi's one of those games that it's really just kind of up to you to figure it out and just decide what you want to go about doing. Like things like this, like this character's trying to thieve, um, or sneak into a building, and like it's not really clear in Kenshi. It's not rocket science or anything, but the mechanics are a little um, you know ambiguous, and it's like that on purpose. I think that's one of the things that kind of makes the game fun. So if you don't want to have spoilers, don't watch this because you might you might be like, well, dang, you ruined everything for me because I'm going to have a lot of spoilers in this series for sure. I'm not even going to apologize for that. At first, I was thinking I wouldn't, but then I started doing it and recording stuff, and I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna say what stuff is. Some things I may sort of leave out and be ambiguous about, but really my goal is just to kind of I'm just gonna play through, have fun myself, and let you watch along and hopefully learn or at least enjoy. Maybe you like just watching people play games and seeing what they do. I'm not gonna record every moment because Kenshi's a very long game, long form game, and takes a lot of time to play and to get good at. You can play it faster. You can play it longer. You can just play it a bit and then quit and leave and come back to it later if you want, or you can just kind of get totally immersed in it and work hard at advancing and becoming a mighty ruler of Kenshi or warrior or you know you basically are going to play as your faction. I'll talk about that in the next video. I'm just going to start with starting the game, going through the UI, and then I'm just going to start playing. And as I come to places that are beneficial or important to know or things I can impart knowledge about, that's what I'm going to do. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you enjoy it.